Hey, Patriots fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. When the rumor mill started spinning earlier today, nobody imagined it would reach the kind of frenzy we're seeing now, with fans across the league stopping everything they're doing to try and understand what this unexpected twist could mean for one of the most historic franchises in football. The whispers began in small pockets of social media, those corners where insiders love to drop vague emojis and cryptic hints. But within a matter of minutes, it escalated into a full-blown storm of speculation that shook Patriots Nation from top to bottom. And suddenly, the name that everyone thought was untouchable found itself at the center of this swirling narrative: Jalen Ramsey. Yes, that Jalen Ramsey, one of the most electric cornerbacks of his generation, now being discussed as the new CB1 for the New England Patriots. The buzz came so strong and so fast that fans barely had time to catch their breath before the excitement level skyrocketed, with people comparing this move to some of the biggest defensive acquisitions in team history. The reaction videos are already flooding timelines. The breakdowns are piling up, and the fan theories are multiplying by the minute as the entire community tries to wrap its head around what this could mean for the future of a defense craving a fresh identity. The conversations happening right now go way beyond the simple idea of roster upgrades. They dig into culture shifts, leadership changes, and a kind of swagger that the Patriots haven't showcased in a long time. You can feel the energy shifting as supporters imagine Ramsey stepping into that CB1 role with the kind of confidence only he can bring, the type that turns a locker room into a louder, bolder, more competitive place overnight. And while nothing has been officially explained in detail, insiders are hinting that the coaching staff has been eyeing a move like this for a while, quietly evaluating how Ramsey's presence could elevate not only the secondary, but the entire defensive scheme. Fans are already picturing him shadowing top receivers, barking instructions pre-snap, and bringing a level of intensity that forces every player around him to step up their game. The ripple effect of such a personality entering the building is the kind of storyline that content creators are already jumping on, filling their channels with anticipation-filled monologues about how this could redefine the way the Patriots approach game plans and matchups. You can practically hear the excitement in the voices of commentators across YouTube as they dissect every angle of this supposed announcement, dissecting not only the on-field possibilities, but also the optics of bringing in a star with such a strong magnetic presence. The narrative forming right now is that Ramsey doesn't just join a team. He transforms it, leaving his imprint immediately with that trademark blend of swagger, confidence, and elite talent. Patriots fans, who have long been waiting for that next iconic defensive figure to emerge, are already imagining jersey swaps, new defensive slogans, and highlight reels that showcase Ramsey locking down future Hall of Famers with surgical precision. And of course, with all this buzz, come new questions. What does this mean for the younger corners? How does this shake up the defensive hierarchy? Is this the spark that reignites the legendary toughness the franchise was once known for? All we know for sure right now is that Ramsey's name and the Patriots brand have collided in a way that feels seismic, sending waves through every corner of the sports world. And as this rumor continues to grow, the locker room dynamics are suddenly at the forefront of the discussion, sparking debates among fans about how Ramsey's strong leadership style might blend with the Patriots' traditionally reserved approach. Some see it as the perfect marriage, Ramsey's fire bringing life to a team that many felt was missing a vocal superstar capable of rallying players when the momentum starts shifting. Others are raising eyebrows, wondering if the bold, outspoken personality of a player like Ramsey will challenge the quiet, disciplined tone that has defined New England for decades. Yet the growing sentiment right now is overwhelmingly positive, with more and more voices claiming that this is exactly the kind of shockwave the franchise needs to reestablish its identity and remind the league that the Patriots aren't fading, they're recalibrating. The idea of Ramsey wearing that iconic uniform has ignited a fresh surge of confidence among fans who are longing to see the defense strike fear once again, creating a sense of rejuvenation that feels almost cinematic. As more insiders chime in and more sources hint at behind-the-scenes discussions, the speculation surrounding Ramsey stepping into the CB1 role becomes even more electrifying. Analysts are already breaking down potential shifts in coverage schemes, imagining how his presence could open the door to more aggressive play calling, tighter press coverage, and the kind of unpredictable defensive looks that once made the Patriots a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Fans are picturing Ramsey lining up on an island, smiling that signature confident grin as he dares elite receivers to test him, while younger defensive backs soak up his experience and attitude like sponges. The excitement isn't just about talent. It's about transformation, and people are starting to believe that Ramsey's arrival marks the beginning of a new defensive era. The buzz is reaching such a fever pitch that you can almost feel the momentum surging through the community, with supporters imagining the ripple effects stretching far beyond the field and into the overall identity of the team. By the time these rumors reached their peak earlier today, Patriots Nation had already entered full celebration mode, with fans spinning their own theories about how long the team has been eyeing this move and what might come next. They're picturing a defense anchored by a CB, one who brings not just elite coverage skills, but a mentality that demands excellence from everyone around him. The idea that Ramsey could serve as both mentor and enforcer has fired up the imagination of longtime supporters who have been craving a defensive cornerstone reminiscent of past legends. The chatter is deafening now, with content creators racing to post reaction videos, analysts offering early predictions on how the defense could evolve, and fans flooding comment sections with takes that range from emotional to downright explosive. And whether this turns out to be the start of a new era or simply the hottest rumor of the moment, one thing is clear. The thought of Ramsey as the Patriots' new CB1 has brought an energy to the football world that nobody saw coming, transforming an ordinary news cycle into a full-blown narrative frenzy. The second part of this rumor-fueled saga dives even deeper into the emotional roller coaster sweeping through fans who are desperately trying to envision what this dramatic shift could mean on a more personal level for the team and its supporters. What's fascinating is how quickly the atmosphere changed. Within moments, a fan base that had been quietly hoping for a resurgence suddenly found itself buzzing with a kind of hopeful anticipation that hasn't been felt in years. The idea of adding a player with Ramsey's magnetic personality and lockdown reputation has sparked conversations filled with passion, imagination, and a renewed sense of belief that the team could be on the brink of redefining its entire defensive identity. Fans are sharing stories about where they were when they first saw the rumor, how they reacted, and how they immediately started picturing Ramsey in that uniform, radiating confidence as he steps onto the field with the authority of a true CB1 ready to take command. It's the kind of shared moment that binds a fan base together, transforming speculation into collective excitement. As these discussions evolve, the focus is shifting toward the intangible impact Ramsey could have, not just the plays he makes, but the attitude he brings. Fans are envisioning a defense that operates with a sharper edge, a louder voice, and a renewed determination to redefine what it means to wear that uniform. They picture Ramsey walking through the locker room, setting the tone with his presence alone, reminding everyone that greatness requires intensity, focus, and an unwavering belief in one's abilities. This imagined ripple effect is becoming one of the most talked about elements of the rumor, with supporters predicting that younger defensive backs will rise to new heights simply by sharing the field with someone who demands excellence on every snap. The emotional resonance of this idea is huge, tapping into a deep desire among fans to see the team reclaim the fierce, unbreakable identity that once defined its dynasty years. In the midst of all this excitement, the online reaction has taken on a life of its own, turning timelines into digital arenas where fans passionately debate just how transformative Ramsey's presence could be. Comment sections are overflowing with predictions about how he would match up against the league's top receivers, how he could anchor a secondary that's been craving leadership, and how his competitive spirit might reignite that old-school Patriot grit. Supporters are sharing edits and imagined highlight reels as if the season were already underway, filling social media with visuals that fuel the growing belief that this rumor might just be the spark of something bigger. Content creators are leaning into the hype, analyzing every angle, every rumored detail, every potential ripple effect with the kind of enthusiasm normally reserved for blockbuster trades. The emotional investment is through the roof, and the community is riding this wave as if the future is already unfolding before their eyes. The more people talk, the more this rumor feels like the heartbeat of the football world right now, echoing through podcasts, live streams, and fan forums with an intensity that keeps growing by the hour. What's truly remarkable is how deeply this speculation has tapped into the collective imagination, uniting fans in discussions that feel equal parts analytical and emotional. Some are focusing on the technical aspects, how Ramsey's strengths would fit into the defensive scheme, how his versatility could expand the playbook, how his physical presence could intimidate opposing offenses. Others are leaning into the story-driven side of things, painting pictures of Ramsey becoming the face of a defensive renaissance that restores pride and fearlessness. This blend of strategic breakdown and heartfelt storytelling has created a unique kind of buzz, one that blurs the line between rumor and hope as fans allow themselves to dream. And with each passing hour, the speculation becomes more detailed, more layered, and more emotionally charged, as fans start imagining not just what Ramsey would bring to the field, but how he could inspire a cultural shift throughout the entire organization. The idea of a new era built around a cornerstone defender is catching fire, fueling conversations filled with excitement about potential partnerships, evolving dynamics, and the possibility of a defense built with swagger, structure, and star power. Supporters are imagining a chain reaction, one where Ramsey's presence prompts a rise in intensity, elevates the standard, and challenges every player to embrace a higher level of competitiveness. These imagined scenarios aren't just about football. They're about belief, identity, and the desire to see a team reclaim its throne with a new attitude and a fresh spark of electricity coursing through its veins. By now, the rumor has become a full-blown phenomenon, with fans clinging to every whisper, every hint, every new piece of speculation that crosses their feed. They're imagining press conferences, sideline moments, and game-changing plays that could one day define a chapter of Patriots history fueled by Ramsey's arrival. It's no longer just about the possibility of securing a top-tier cornerback. It's about the potential rebirth of a defensive legacy that supporters long to see restored. The emotional attachment to this idea is undeniable, and the community is riding the momentum with a kind of joy and intensity that only sports can create. Whether this rumor evolves into reality or simply becomes another legendary moment in the world of off-season chatter, its impact is already unforgettable. Proof that sometimes all it takes is the right name at the right moment to ignite the imaginations of millions and bring a fan base roaring back to life. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As the buzz keeps growing, fans are now diving into deeper layers of imagination, trying to picture how the locker room atmosphere might change the very moment Ramsey steps into the building. People are already whispering about how influential his voice could be, how his confidence might instantly reset the tone, and how his presence alone could elevate the expectations inside a team hungry for a new spark. Supporters are crafting entire scenarios in their heads. Ramsey giving fiery pep talks, mentoring rookies during warm-ups, demanding tighter discipline in film sessions, and bringing that unmistakable aura that only elite corners possess. It's not just about coverage skills anymore. It's about leadership, swagger, and the feeling that something big is brewing behind closed doors. These imagined interactions are starting to feel almost real to fans who are clinging to every rumor, every tiny clue, and every speculative whisper floating around the football world. Meanwhile, Analysts and content creators are now digging into the psychological impact that a move like this could generate, highlighting how a star defender of Ramsey's caliber can shift the mentality of an entire roster. They're theorizing about how his competitive fire could reignite dormant ambitions and how his influence could ripple across the defense, creating a chain reaction of heightened intensity. Fans are visualizing him challenging receivers in practice, pushing defensive backs to learn new techniques, and setting a tone that demands accountability from the moment players step onto the field. This idea of cultural transformation is becoming one of the loudest themes in the rumor frenzy, with people suggesting that Ramsey's arrival could symbolize a turning point, an unofficial line in the sand that signals a new era where expectations rise and the room suddenly has a leader whose standards refuse to be lowered. It's the kind of scenario fans desperately want to believe in, and the excitement around that possibility only keeps growing. The rumor has now reached a point where fans are imagining not just the football implications, but the emotional narrative that could unfold in the season ahead. They're picturing iconic moments. The first time Ramsey steps out for a warm-up wearing those colors, the crowd reacting with a mix of disbelief and excitement. The cameras capturing his confident stride as he surveys the field like a general preparing for battle. Supporters are creating entire cinematic sequences in their minds, from pre-game huddles filled with fire to tense late-game moments where Ramsey steps up with that signature fearless stare that always seems to say, "Throw it my way. I dare you." The fantasy has become so vivid that fans are almost speaking about it as if it has already happened, building emotional attachments to a storyline still floating in the realm of speculation. And that's exactly what makes this rumor so powerful. It taps into hope, memory, imagination, and a longing for a new heroic chapter in team history, creating a storm of excitement that refuses to slow down. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.